I love it, man. We had Belisa didn't like it very much, but no, she had to fucking order fucking filet mignon last night,
What?
and yeah,
Oh God, Justin,
uh,
please tell me you got that.
filet mignon. That's what
Yep,
I said.
You
still
said
got it.
me,
Filet mignon.
like, where are you, Matt? Like me on the couch.
He said filet. He
I
said
said
filet.
meow. Did I say meow?
No, you
I
said
know.
you said filet.
Filet mignon. Filet mignon. Man, fuck that.
Filet.
Anyway, she ordered that shit. That shit was like $50 last night. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I could get a transformer, man.
She's got fucking nice taste and meat.
It was good. It was fucking good. Oh, yeah, she does have nice taste in meat.
It's Friday, fuckers. Welcome to Shattered Uncut. And joining us this evening, the man who runs the interwebs, Greg for Mercy.
It's only a masterpiece if it says Takara on the box.
Toy reviewer and all-round rap god, Bobby Skullface.
Fans Toys apologist.
The genius reviewer behind $69.99 toys, Justin T2RX6.
I break my toys on purpose just so this guy will speak to me.
Meme master of wieners and farts, Robert D.
Man, what'd you break this time, Robert?
Sponsored by Bob's Bait and Tackle Shop, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. And we won't be doing Hasbro news because I'm your third-party elitist host of Zefticon.
If it wasn't for Hasbro, you wouldn't have third party anyway, Lenny.
So put on your big boy pants and send all of the special snowflakes out of the room because it's time for your favorite podcast. Shattered Cast Uncut.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Shattered Uncut Live. No, I'm just kidding. We're episode 169. Is that right? Yeah, 169. And today we are down to the Fantastic Four. We are missing Lenny. He's cooking up some shark bait. And then Robert is gone because he's babysitter issues. You know, whatever you want, put your two and two together, one and one together. That's another slip. So put that on the t-shirt. Anyways, today we got four. Today we got Bobby.
Yes, sir.
Skullface. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am sparkles. I'm sparkly.
Fair enough.
My hair looks good. Shout out to Dust. Anyways, and we got old Greg from Mercy. How you doing, guy?
Man, I'm doing a little worse now that I walked downstairs.
All right, he's been drinking. It's gonna be a good show.
No,
I
don't know how that. I don't know why that was worth mentioning.
I don't know.
Just watched the kid had the playoff game on, and it's 3-8 Penguins over Jackets in the first fucking period. So
hockey. Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a short one this year. So
Well, at least y'all made it.
yeah, I might get up and put my jersey on in a little bit, see if that helps.
Sexy jersey, man.
I might have to go out there and play.
Hey, put me in, coach. And we got T2RX6. We got Justin.
What is
today?
going on, everybody?
Right. All right, let's go back through again and see if we got anything today. Deluxe. No, I did not get anything this week. So, Bobby B, did you get anything? Well, no, I'll save you for last. Yeah, you just go, Bobby. Sorry.
Okay. I had the opportunity to look at Perfect Effect Aurora and Master Maid's Destruction Scorpion. I got Hot Toys Finn. I got Toy World's Cosmos. I got the Marvel Legends Darkhawk and Nova. Did I say that last time? Can't remember. I got SH Figuarts Hawkeye, courtesy of one GFM. And I got SH Figuarts Joker. And today I got Rogue One on Blu-ray and the Target exclusive AT-ACT pilot to match. And
you got which pilot one? Is that the fat one?
No.
Oh.
So it's just a trooper. And I have something I'm really, 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 really looking forward to coming Friday. But I'll talk about that next week. I can't, everybody keeps asking me about Masterpiece Megatron, and I want to be like, I just tell them it's coming, but I want to be like, dude, fuck that. Wait till you see what I got coming Friday. But it's not Transformers related, so nobody will give a shit. But anyway,
yeah,
I'm excited.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Did you get that Rogue One today?
I did.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot about that shit. I was
I
gonna
did
go pick up Bays and Churret and that pilot from Target, and I remembered like 20 minutes before the show, and I almost fucking made a break for it. Well, it's Target's literally at the end of my street. Like the street ends at the Target parking lot. So.
And we're 2 weeks away from episode 8 trailer, Greg.
I know.
Oh, really? I want to say a Thor trailer. Anyway.
I would like to see a Thor trailer as well, Matt. I would like to see a Thor trailer as well, but I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of that action until we get Guardians out of the way.
Yeah, that's true. And Spider-Man, too. Spider-Man's coming up soon. Soon.
I think Guardians is next, though, right?
Yeah, I got
No, Spider-Man's first, I think, isn't it?
No, Guardians is first because I already got Guardians
okay.
tickets. Yeah, I don't. Spider-Man's May.
Oh, okay.
Sometime around my birthday, I think.
Oh, shit.
We'll see if you can figure that one out, Matt.
I'll try to. I'll have to. Yeah. Okay. Well, Gregor, since you go first, or you can go next. What'd you get?
I got. I think I forgot to mention it last week, but I got the Toy World Cyclonus or Cosmos. And then this week I got Mafex Boba Fett, The Return of the Jedi, which is surprisingly not terrible. I got Fans Toys Willis that's been lost in the mail for a month.
Wow.
I finally showed up from China. And I got Guerrera. And I feel like I got something else this week, but I can't remember. Let me see if there's a post on Facebook to remind me. Oh yeah, I got Masterpiece Megatron yesterday from Amazon Japan for the low price of $137 plus shipping. So
you're gonna shit on it like everybody else?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna break it first, and then I'm gonna shit on it.
Well, don't do a Robert D now. Whatever. Okay, is that it? That's a good haul.
I already saw a post someone shared in Realm of Collectors in a thread from one of those Masterpiece collecting groups where they just hate on Masterpiece. And someone's like, yeah, I just broke the arm off. It just fell off. It was defective. It was a defective product. And like I can see clearly where it broke, at what point it broke, and how he broke it from the break. And it's totally user error. But
damn, son.
There'll be a lot of that.
Yeah. You got put on point. You got, I don't know, whatever.
Operator error.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that one dude who was saying that the Make Toys visualizers were a piece of junk, like back when those came out, and he posted a picture of a panel broken on the leg, and like it's bent outwards the wrong way with white stress all around it. Like it's obvious. Like the only way it could be more obvious is if he still had the piece in his hand when he took the picture, and he's like, "It's a piece of shit."
You're like, oops. Oh.
Yeah. Do you know the leg panel that swivels forward, if anybody remembers? Well, his was out to the side. So, yeah, it broke.
It's always the Transformers' fault. Right, Robert? Mm-hmm. He's not even here, and yeah. So, all right, and Justin, what'd you get, buddy?
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
What was that?
that's my Ali G, or Ali G. Like,
Oh, LEG, huh? Okay. It's old school. Oh, yeah, I ain't getting that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Mid-2000, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Dude, I love that show.
Me too.
A little too much for me.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That surprised you?
It did. I did, but I was with it though. I was behind you. So
all right, cool. Taking you back a little bit. All right. Okay. Well, anyways, yeah. Yeah. Well, guess we'll move on. Oh shit, we got movie news. Fuck yes.
Hey, just real quick before we get into movie news. Speaking of Star Wars, as I'm holding it, I would like to retract my statement about the Boba Fett. It's a little bit more than all right. It's surprisingly decent. So, anyway,
nice.
Good.
Just want to clarify. It just looked really good.
Big shout out to Boba Fett, man. Yeah, I want to say big shout out to. I got to hang out with Pinkerton this past week. We did some toy hunts, and it was fun. So I'm gonna be starting doing that a lot now.
You know who's about to hit you with that cease and desist letter?
Oh, I know. I'm waiting for it. I can't wait. All the misspellings and all that good shit. Shout out to that guy. He knows what I'm talking about.
He's gonna come slit your throat.
Yikes.
Okay. Shoot Belisa. Asshole. Anyways, all right, we got some movie news. A few more details about the film.
Oh yeah.
Why do we?
If you don't want to sort through this, I can tell you like a couple of high points.
Sure.
Well, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to call them that, I guess. So they got to watch clips of the film, and Anthony Hopkins' character, they said he's part of a family that you would know, because they were talking a lot about King Arthur and stuff beforehand, because there was some big fight, like they show like this big King Arthur battle, and they're waiting for Merlin, and Merlin summons a transformer, and it's implied that it's the dragon, and then it's implied, or it's not implied, that the Knights of the Round Table all had transformer partners, and like their armor was a transformer somehow, and all this other silliness.
Yes.
And they said that the way they said Anthony Hopkins was part of some family, that the name might have changed through the years, but if you were a Bay fan or a G1 fan, you would still understand. So I don't know if they're trying to imply he's part of King Arthur's family, or like, I don't know, Witwicky or something.
Telling you, I called this a long time ago. Arthur Witwicky.
Yeah, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And apparently, Marky Mark is the last night that they've been waiting for since the Round Table days. Let's see, what else?
I want to know which guy owns Squeaks on the Round Table. I want to know which one of those guys owns them.
Apparently, Hot Rod's just chilling with fucking Anthony Hopkins, and that's where he's been. And Cogman is human-sized and is a headmaster.
Oh, so they've already done the Pretender, and now they're doing and now they're the Headmaster.
Yeah.
Where are all these new Transformers coming from? That's one part I don't understand. I know, I think in the second one they said, they've found them, they've been floating in space, but are they still doing that? God, I can't wait to see this movie. Fuck.
Can't wait.
This is gonna be a clusterfuck of just clusterfucks.
Well, that's what people have said, like, from watching the footage. Like, the footage isn't even supposed to be in order, and it's a clusterfuck. Like, they know it's out of order, and they can't even keep up with what's going on, like, in the clips.
Oh, people be watching this like, what in the fuck am I watching? Yeah. Take my money.
Oh, I forgot to mention something I got.
Go ahead.
Oh.
I got a third-party upgrade kit I got the ATP Designs, piece for the Willis's shoulder cannon, so it can turn to the side and not just be in his face all the time.
Nice.
And I can't get it to work.
Oh. I'm sure you hit them up though.
Oh no! The part's fine.
Oh.
It's the two Fans Toys pieces that are meant to go together that don't go together properly.
Shocker for you.
Fucking Fans Toys.
Hey, I got a question for you, Greg. A bit off topic.
Star Wars. God.
Yeah, it is Star Wars actually related.
Of course.
But at the risk of sounding like a fucking noob, the Bandai model kits.
Mm-hmm.
Do they require glue?
No.
Okay.
It even says it on the box.
Yeah.
Oh, reading is fundamental.
But I recommend using glue on those. Gundams not so much, because Gundams, like, you want to take like the armor plates off and look at the skeleton and all that. Put the little pilot in and play with it, do some battle damage. But yeah, you don't want to like just take a half a stormtrooper's fucking face off or anything. So
what?
And typically. So I glued my stormtrooper together.
Okay. So you don't have to, but you recommend it.
You don't have to. In R2D2 and C3PO, I put some glue on them too, because you're gonna because those I'll like mess with like figures and put them in different poses and get them how I want them, and yeah, you don't want a piece like flying off like a little tiny piece and not be able to find it. So I did use glue, but you don't have to.
Copy that.
So actually use glue. Okay.
I would put it together first and then go back and figure out where you need to glue.
Okay.
Don't just go glue in pieces, because those damn Japanese instructions are tricky.
Whoa.
Like you might have to end up like taking something apart later on and not realize it, or
Right.
So.
And to our Japanese fans, he didn't mean that bad. I love this barricade, man. He looks sweet. Anyways. All right, good looking. Hot rod renders leaked. Oh, really? Let's see.
Yeah. Certainly looks like Hot Rod to me.
It doesn't have to look G1 to be a Transformer, Justin.
It doesn't look G1. It looks like fucking Leia in her bounty hunter outfit from the beginning of Empire Return of the Jedi.
Well, they did show some little TIE fighters, too, so shout out to those little things.
Oh, yeah, apparently those things are just drones. They're like the size of a shoebox or something. I can't remember how they described them. But, yeah, like that was what I pictured in my head.
Look at them elbows, man. Oh, man, I hope the toy ain't like that. Don't think it's going to be sticking out like that. Damn it.
I hope he gets the matrix of participation and upgrades into...
Third place or second place?
Upgrades into Minosaur.
My hope is that somehow he will be responsible for Optimus dying yet again in the movie. And, yeah. They'll be like, don't you like it, G1 fans?
You know what? No, Bay will fucking do that, but he won't remember that happened in the G1 stuff, so he'd be a genius on his own.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somewhere where he said, actually I think it was in that link that from before, where he told the tour group or whatever that he wasn't a fan when he started, what he is now. Like, damn, I wish you could go back to fucking not being.
I know he said that at BotCon when he got accepted into the Transformers Hall of Fame, whatever. He said he never was a fan. You know, he didn't know anything about Transformers. And people were just like, "What? Yay! Take my money anyway. I don't care."
I'm surprised anyone was surprised by that.
It's BotCon, Bobby B.
I guess.
BotCon. Shout out to BotCon, man.
God damn it.
Hey, speaking of BotCon, did anybody else see Pete's Robot Con or something like that?
Yeah, it's in not Cincinnati. It's outside of Cincinnati, somewhere in Kentucky.
Yeah, I saw a brief little exchange of words amongst folks in the fandom about that.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, they're going to show what BotCon 2017 set would have looked like if they were still around and everything. There's a lot of people. There's a couple of people I know. Shout out to Coda. He's going, and there's some people that are interested in going. I mean, but I'm not.
Apparently, the word on that is that when they booked the last BotCon, there was a contractual obligation for this year as well. And either they didn't know at the time, and this is another piece of information I learned that I'm folding into this, but it stands alone or stands with this, either or. They also were they knew a long time before, obviously, that was announced, so that they lost the license, but they were strongly encouraged to not reveal that until the last minute. So either they made the booking like to keep appearances up, or they found out right after. But anyway, that's where this is. That's what this is. This is apparently, from what I heard from someone that supposedly is involved. And it wasn't shot down in the thread I read that all the BotCon people were in, so I can only assume it's true that this is just to fulfill, and that's why it's basically going to be BotCon. I mean, there's like all the shit there that was in the planning stages for this year. So.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm happy because it's another Transformer show, and the more the merrier. I think DairyCon with this past weekend was pretty successful.
Good.
Yeah.
And but I'm glad that I may not go to it, or I probably won't go to it, but I'm glad that there's more shows that are showing up instead of falling away. At least another one's popping up for people to go to. So that's good.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I wonder if they'll have any sort of. I wonder if it'll be open party for open policy.
Are you stroking out,
party.
Bobby?
Yeah, no, I wonder if it'll be an open policy for third party there at this Pete's Robot Con.
Well, it says all robot toys are welcome.
There you go.
So, hey, it might be bigger than BotCon.
When he was asked in a Facebook thread, he likes to pop into Facebook threads and like make a little comeback and then like never comment again. But I don't think there was a response from him when asked, but I may be wrong.
Huh. Well,
But I can't imagine why it wouldn't be, since, I mean, it's not like it's PodCon.
Right.
Greg, did you go to DairyCon? I thought you was going to try, but you didn't make it, did you?
No, and I don't want to give people the wrong impression, but man, I'm really fucking glad I didn't. Man, I didn't. I thought DairyCon was more than what it is, but yeah.
I thought it was 2 days. I thought it was a 2-day event.
Yeah, it was like 4:30 or something on Saturday, and Eric posted, like, he was like, all right, shout out to Bedbugs. He was like, all right, time to pack up and go home. And I'm like, wait, what, it's over? And he's like, yep, it's over at 4.
I really thought it was Saturday and Sunday.
It's like time to go to the buffet or something. What the fuck?
It's like NJCC, man.
Yeah, it sounds like an NJCC level event to me.
Yeah, I mean, but that's, you know, like, not for nothing, man. Like, that con shit is a lot of work. So I mean, shout out to them.
And not to take away from NJCC, I think it's
no,
well done.
But also
You know,
very both of them,
just saying, you know, it's probably best for the people who live local to it as opposed to anyone who's going to drive or fly in, I should say.
You know what I like to put that in, Justin? I like to put that in the let the circumstances dictate your actions.
Exactly. I can agree with that.
And I think you could probably take a little bit away from DairyCon. I think they could stand to get knocked off their high horse.
Oh, really?
If, you know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know. No,
I was trying to fit in a.
I would love to go. I would love to go to it. I mean, I really thought it was a 2-day event, but for just 1 day, I don't know if I want to travel that far just for 1 day.
Well, you have to remember, DairyCon was. I mean, that was just a little fan thing. You know, I mean, that was the little guys doing a little local thing, and you know, with the advent of modern technology, I guess, you know, it's gotten more well known. And despite all the pressure, they've chosen not to forget where they come from, and they keep it a little.
That's good.
A little small event.
Yeah, good for them.
Eric and Justin was there. They look like they had fun. That's good.
Yeah.
Hanny was there. I saw Agabus was there.
Is he a Midwest guy?
Yeah, he lives in Wisconsin.
Check that out.
So he was there, and it looked neat, you know, like I said, but it's just.
If you look at the pictures of the setup, all you see is like a bunch of like little tables with a couple things, and you just see the big ass Agabus sign hanging on the back wall with all that shit. Like, that shit was 2 steps away from being Agabus Con.
Man, I bet you he fucking cleaned up.
I bet he did. I bet he read a bunch of stuff. That's good.
I know he sold Cheetors.
That's good. Everybody needs a Cheetor. Yeah,
I was trying to get Justin C to buy one, and I even went as far as to message Hanny. I was like, next time you see Justin, make him buy one. Tell him I'll call in a bomb threat and shut the whole fucking con down if he doesn't buy one. And he's like, oh, I'm sold out.
I like Hanny. Even though he treated me like the poor kid one time.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
He did. No, he just I sent him an email and it got lost in the sauce.
Oh,
you know,
I thought you were talking about.
He eventually found it and like responded. He was like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing this." But like, I was like, "God damn!" Like, you know, like, it just didn't. You know,
I thought you were talking about TFCon when you were like, I'll give you 112.37, no more, no less. And he's like, you can't do 113, and you're like, nope.
I'm like, final offer. I drew a line in the sand.
He's like,
that's okay. It. I will take my business elsewhere. Good, sir. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's great.
That was the real third-party room. That was like the fucking penthouse.
Yeah.
That hotel room had a fucking staircase.
All right. So we got some more Transformers. We got, Yoki retired from Takara. Hideaki.
Oh man.
No. Greg, help me out.
This was a good night to have you host.
Let's see, what does this guy do? I'm sure he had to do a lot with Transformers.
Claim to fame.
Oh.
If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have them toys, Matt.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm glad at least he retired on his own. That's good. What?
Read to the class?
No, you read to the class. You read better than I do, man. I'm in Arkansas, man.
All right, let me see. So, I recently referred to Bob Budiansky as one of the fathers of Transformers.
Wait, did you say Booty?
Budiansky? Is it Budiansky? I don't know the guy's name.
Budinsky.
Budinsky? Where they just beat the A out?
You just said booty. Booty, rocking everywhere. Come on,
Budia.
Budinsky. We're not here for
Budinsky.
Is it really Budinsky?
Podisky.
I thought it was Budiansky.
Hold on a second.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Let me open the notes. I gotta see it in front of me. I can tell you.
Booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
Oh God, I'm twerking.
Oh, it's
All
not right in front of me. Hold on.
Let's just call him Bobby.
Or it could be Budiansky,
No,
I guess.
that's you.
Oh, I wonder if that's why the guy's name was Bobby B.
I don't know.
Bob.
I wonder. Like that's something that they would have learned at that Hasbro boot camp or whatever.
Hold on, I have an idea how to find out. Here, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
All right. So I recently referred to Bobby B as one of the fathers of Transformers, and Hideaki Yoke as someone whom I'd hold in a similar high level of respect. As a toy designer for Takara in the 1980s, he worked on several of the company's lines, including Diaclone and Microman. Here, he designed several toys, including, most important of all, the original Diaclone Convoy, better known as Optimus Prime. He is the man who we have to thank for giving us the most iconic of designs, which has defined Optimus Prime and become the face of Transformers for more than 3 decades. This alone would be worth of celebration, but Yoki-san was also Takara's main liaison with Hasbro during the early years of Transformers, helping to build the partnership between the companies, and according to Aaron Archer, had a hand in every toy and every piece of media for the Transformers brand since the very beginning. He is one of the unsung heroes who has contributed much of the development and the success of the Transformers brand from its early beginnings in the 1980s through to its current status as a world multimedia brand. All of us here at TFW wish Yoki-sama many long, happy, and restful years of retirement. We offer our thanks for his hard work in shaping Transformers to the phenomenon that is today. Let's make some noise for that goddamn.
All right. It's Bob Budiansky.
See?
My bad. I'm sorry.
I just looked up the Transformers Hall of Fame YouTube video, and that basement nerd in his very official voice. He turned to Bob Budiansky. It was Budiansky. The Budiansky.
Right. No doubt. But yeah, I mean that's awesome. I mean, he's earned it. So I hope.
Oh yeah. He got retired on his own. That's good.
God, maybe they'll finally stop doing repaints now.
So he's the reason why we get up. Damn it.
Get fucking Hatsui on the fucking creating Transformers. Jesus.
But yeah, nice.
All right. Shout out to that guy. Good job, man. All right, we got third-party news, which everybody. Can we talk about Star Wars while we're doing third-party news too?
No, third-party news is too interesting.
Go fuck yourself.
Sacred ground, Matthew.
Yeah, that is. So we got images from X-Transbots, our favorite third-party company. Hoist and Trailbreaker. Say Hoist.
Hoist and what?
Trailbreaker.
Okay.
That's not what you said.
That's not what I said. No.
What did I say? Did I say moist or?
You said Trailbreaker.
I said.
Yeah, that's a guy named Blake who walks on trails.
Now,
that's true.
Real quick before we get too deep into this, I was really reaching for news this week, so there's some basic shit. Second thing, now apparently I couldn't find the post myself. It doesn't really matter though. Keith is back on TFW under a new name.
Oh,
I don't know if
really?
he was. I don't know if he was there before. Like, I don't know, but he's got this account iBot, and apparently he said that they fired the factory manager and they hired a whole new QC team or something, and that these two were to be these are the first two under the new employment regime at this factory, and these are supposed to be a new, better era for the brands. So I don't know what that means. I don't know how much to put into that. But
yeah, sounds like third-party trickery to me.
I watched the review of these guys. I watched the review of the test shot for the Trailbreaker today. I mean, it doesn't look bad.
Who had it?
Was it Chosen Prime?
Chosen Prime put it up. Yeah. Just watching the video. I mean, not even listening to it. Like just watching it. Like, I mean, it was Trailbreaker. You know, you got to fold the arms up under, and then you fold the legs over. But like, it looked cool, and they looks great. And then seeing them side by side, they look really good.
I think I may get Hoist. I think this might be my Hoist.
I don't like the head on Hoist. Like it looks like the face is too elongated or something. I don't know what's up with it.
Is it too big?
Of which head? The toy head or the toon head?
Whichever the silver one is. That's the toon head, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Let me see.
It's like the first picture where they're standing next to each other in robot mode.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. I'd have to look at the.
Was his head silver though, or this is a test shot though? Right.
No, Trailbreaker.
His head was silver in the show, and it was green on the toy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just doubt this shit's gonna be painted. Like that, I'm not spending all that. I'm not spending any XTB money for. I mean, these do look good.
What?
But it's not. That's not their fucking problem. Like we all agree, like shit looking good, not an XTB problem.
Well, what do you think's not going to be painted? That's my question.
The black and the green.
Like the actual.
That's a lot, man.
The body, like the bodies.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell. You see a difference in the shine between the arm parts and the outside parts. And in that video, that Trailbreaker was fucking shiny. So if it's not painted, there's a fucking.
Well, I can see him having that same
on it.
Glossy plastic that Cyclonus has. I can see him doing that.
Oh, the shiny, like the.
What if they are painted?
If they are painted, I can't. I'm gonna stay strong.
What if they're really good and painted?
Are you never buying X Transbots anymore, Bobby?
I'm not gonna buy any X Transbots without putting my hands on it first. I'm not falling on that sword anymore.
It's not like these are KFC tapes or anything.
Or Tetris.
Dude, I'm putting together like a series of best of skits, and I came across that skit that was for the X Transbot Slam Dance set. And I was like, how much, Laura? How much were these? She was like $40. I was like, American dollars?
Pesos?
And she was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. How are they? And it just cuts to me throwing them in the trash. And I actually say, like, this is early on. I'm like, they're fine. I just throw them in the trash.
Man, do you really think you need a best of there, Bobby? Do you think you're a best of point yet? You think you're Van Halen?
You think you're Van Halen?
Just best of skits. I got 3 years worth of skits.
You think you're Journey? I thought you were only doing your music as a best of album.
No, that's 15 years. I gotta do 15 years.
Man.
15 years I can do the greatest hits.
If you get on Journey level, man,
that shit's gonna be it's gonna be a CD DVD full of fucking combination.
And greatest hits is still speaking relative, and here's my whopping single that sold 34 copies.
Coming at you hard. All right.
Just enough to cover the expenses to put another one up for your listening pleasure.
You're fucking welcome.
Yeah.
So these look pretty good, I think.
I like Hoist. I mean, I've already got Trailbreaker from Backcube. These are just fillers just until the,
Hasbro.
Yeah, Takara comes out. But I do like Hoist. Yeah. I may get Hoist.
Well, I had a series there, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, no. I was telling Matt, hold on now, just let me say everything.
Sorry.
No. What? I wasn't saying you were interrupting me. I'm just saying. Just let's get it all out, and then we can talk at once.
Yeah,
we can literally all four talk at once,
like old times.
All right.
These look good, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
According to the people, like the guy that took these very pictures, and the other people that have them in hand on TFW, grain of salt. They show the improvements that Keith was claiming.
Oh, really?
And apparently the Trailbreaker is substantially heavier than the Bad Cube, which that was
really?
a hefty,
Really?
A hefty one. And there's enough.
Nothing to scoff at.
There's enough. Yeah, and there's enough differences in the mold that they actually showed this in the Chosen Prime video too. Even though they're like kind of the same thing, like even if you put the trucks together, like the wheel base is longer on Hoist than Trailbreaker, so there's still enough difference that like they look like different toys in both modes.
Right.
So I don't know, and they come with a bunch of accessories. Like they come with like random shit. There's a fucking Tea Party set comes with Trailbreaker from one episode where they're in the woods having a picnic, and he's got the radar dish.
I love the alien mask.
And they're only like $80, I think, right? $80 a piece, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
No,
So
price,
I think I'll probably get Hoist more likely.
I'm gonna keep my eye on them, but they're coming out in May, and that's the same time that supposedly the Fans Toys is coming out.
Oh, I doubt. There's no way.
That's the Trailbreaker.
Yeah, so they haven't showed their. Have they shown Trailbreaker for Fans Toys?
They showed that one like gray picture, but even like for this one, this one cleans up better in robot mode. Like as far as the torso and stuff. I mean, the Fans Toy still has that like second trimester pregnancy bump that like Hoist should have, and Trailbreaker should be relatively like slimmer, like from the side, and this one nails that a little bit better. But like I said, we'll see.
Well, Trailbreaker can do the Iron Man pose, so.
Damn, he is. I'm looking through the pictures. I didn't even look at the pictures. I was just looking for shit to have.
That's bonus points right there.
Clearly, it's going to be the best toy ever if it can do the Iron Man pose.
You know what that is.
It
Can
has
he
to.
do the Hadouken Hamakama Hama Dragon Ball Z thing? Because that Megatron can.
I knew what that was. Yes, you could.
The stereotypical anime fighting game fireball that you have to charge up for
Yeah.
an extended amount of time. 3 episodes, 3 super bars, depending on your medium.
I do like the accessories that come with Hoist though and everything. Trailbreaker.
I wish X-Transbots would be good. I really do. Like they look really good. I wish their quality was.
God damn, you retching the fuck out of something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking. I was thinking about quality.
No, it's all right.
I picked up this Megatron and started just twisting the arm around.
Damn right.
The thing is that at this point, they have to have, this has to be like X-Transbot's best showing on a toy, if they're this late to the Trailbreaker game,
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
I wonder if they've thrown in the towel for that Inferno.
I was just thinking that.
I feel like they have to, right?
I do too. I'm with you.
Well, haven't we still seen them at all the shows though? Like the same shows have been showing this.
We have, but I do feel like this Trailbreaker bit has taken priority over the Inferno bit. I do, you know what I mean? Like I feel like we've been seeing more about this than that recently.
Yeah.
You know what I meant? Oh, sorry. Go.
I was just gonna say, the way they did that spine on the back of the truck, I don't know, you can't look at that and be like, yeah, everybody else didn't do it as good as us,
You know what we need? Another Springer. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think we have enough Springers out there yet, but anyways.
Well,
all
to
right.
be fair, we don't have enough out there yet.
True. That is true. We only got one now out so far. But somebody else, a new company, threw their head into the rings or something.
Well, like I said last week, I don't know if Open Play necessarily is a new company.
No.
Did I say that last week? I can't remember. I meant to.
Yeah, I think you did.
They definitely that's a very ambitious project for.
I heard that it's not a new company.
Yeah.
So who do you think it is then?
Well,
can y'all say? Can you say?
I've heard, so I'll tell you guys after the show. But
I think it's FansHobby.
I heard FansHobby is somebody else. The two companies quit their day jobs and they went to another night job.
I was going to mention that on the next bit. But yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, we got FansHobby next.
Apparently, it is Fans Toys that make toys people. But the towel or the towel, what am I? The jury's still out. I couldn't think of which one I wanted to use.
The jury's
still out on whether or not they are master made.
Man, impossible to.
Yeah, I heard that I just heard something recently from a credible source that the master made folks were actually ex-Gundam folks.
Gundam style. Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, there was a whole list of projects they had worked on. So
I'm waiting for that one company that comes out of just nowhere and is not associated with anybody and just says, I'm fucking throwing my shit in. And that's it. I'm not with nobody. I'm not with Fans Toys, not with X-Transbots. I'm not with all this shit. Where's Bullsfire? Where did Bullsfires come from? I don't know that.
I don't know what the chances of that happening are, Matt, because there's only so many people in China. They've all had to have crossed paths at one point or another, right?
Somewhere. Yeah, they cross paths, yes. Anyway, we'll talk about FansHobby. We got Feilong, Edward Feilong. We got the new double cross, or wait.
Come on now.
My bad. Hold on. I went into something. It popped up.
Porn virus?
No, the Hoist and Trailbreaker. Keep popping up that. Why does it not let me go to? Oh, well, we got pictures. We got pictures of the double, whatever his name is, dragon.
Oh, because I double put the link there. Oops.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. Anyways, Feilong, FansHobby Feilong, which did Repugnus and that beautiful Scourge, fucking beautiful Scourge. This is the final product images of the dragon.
I think it looks okay. I think it looks a little chunky though. Like I kind of want my double cross to be more lean. I guess. It just looks a little, I don't know, a little compressed.
Would you say it has monstrous proportions?
I'll see myself out.
I don't know.
He was kind of thick in the toy too, though. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm so torn on this because like I do think these look cool and I do think they're well made. I just don't know if they're the right look, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get another option.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I don't think we will anytime soon. I really don't.
You aren't.
I just don't see anybody throwing their hats in on these later Transformers, like at the tail end of the Transformers. So this might be the only one you get a chance to get these for a while. But
yeah, I don't know. It looks good, and it is gonna feel. It is gonna get even though they don't look the way I want them to look. It is gonna make me feel a certain kind of way to see all three of them together in a modern aesthetic. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you did like Repugnus, didn't you? I mean, from your review.
Yeah. Yeah. I've liked everything they've put out.
Yeah. Did I tell you I like that Scourge? Just gonna put that out there. Fuck yeah.
All right, I fixed that link there, folks.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And actually, you guys keep babbling. I don't mean babbling like you're babbling, but babble. Right. Like if you have to babble, keep babbling because I just came across something I forgot to put in.
Turn to Babylon?
Yes. Babylon 5.
But yeah, I think this looks good. It looks chunky, you know. I guess the reason why I'm having a hard time describing it, I think it looks good, even though it doesn't look like what I want it to look like.
Oh my god.
He does have boobs. Yeah. I mean, what are you talking about the chest size and then you got the skinny waist? Is that what is kind of?
Yeah, the hourglass shape.
So would you want more taken off the chest and more put on the love handles?
Yeah. Okay. And hide that tail better. Even though it's
hey girl, hide that tail.
Even though it's accurate and all that shit, but the reason why, like, the legs are already so chunky that like I don't need any extra chunk.
Yeah, just.
You're saying, Justin?
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get anything better than these, at least not for a while at this point. But I don't know. Like, I can't be in on these right away. Maybe at like a con or something, if there's nothing else I'm looking for. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. So would y'all have? Let me ask y'all a question. Would y'all have these in bot modes or in monster modes if y'all displayed them?
Robot.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'll do mine. The monster modes.
Yeah, I would have mine.
They're like Dinobots to me. I think.
I hear you. I just like, well, like it depends, right? Because like Repugnus, I like the robot mode better than the monster mode, even though I like the monster mode. But the Double Cross, I like the robot mode. I mean, I like the monster mode better than the robot mode. So I don't know. I guess in hand, I just see which one I prefer, having them all together, and then just go with it. But I mean, they're easy and fun enough transformation that you could just switch it back and forth every day.
Yeah,
every day.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah. He looks like he's got those glasses that when you get a tan, you go into the tanning bed. He's got those little glasses on. He's got that mean mug. That mean mug. What you looking at, fool? All right. I guess we'll move along. Is that it?
No, just hold on. I'm adding something right now.
Okay.
We can pretend because I know we've all seen this. Watch how to find a link.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Try to find a link that's not a sales page. I mean,
right.
Because
like
we
that
don't
skirt.
do that shit for free.
We don't. We're whores.
If you look at the notes, you see what it is. So
Yeah, what we got coming up next, folks, is we got some Cloud9 Quakeblast. We got a new black and clear versions coming out. Man, god damn it! I want a clear version, but I know I got the Fans Toy clear one. So
I was with Joe today, Joe KW, and he was like, dude, look, and he showed me it, and I was like, are you excited about this? He's like, no, but it means they're probably trying to get some money together to put out my next Dinobot.
That is true. That is true. But anyway, we don't have pictures up yet, but we will have them. I know people have probably seen it. They've got the clear versions of the Quakeblast and everything. Blah blah.
It's pretty much a Fans Toys Shockwave, just black and clear. Just picture it in your head.
Yeah,
it's actually black and root beer colored there, Justin.
Well,
don't
black and root beer colored.
Don't be misleading our fans.
Shockwave is what he's called, I guess.
Yeah, the old Shockwave. It's like this is the first official unofficial Shockwave, isn't it?
The old fuck it,
yeah.
I fucked up. The old Shockwave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something to be said about that. Like it is historic in a sense.
If you want the cheaper, if you want to, if you're on a budget, the Quakeblast is probably for you. I mean, I think Quakewave actually gone down in price actually since they reissued them.
Yeah, I saw somebody bumping that shit at like $85, and that was an original one too. And they're sitting there bumping that shit over and over to $85, and I think they finally took a best offer on it.
Yeah. So because there's there's three choices out there for all this stuff. But anyways, good for them. So, and we're going to our favorite part of the show, Hasbro news.
Well, actually, I didn't want to put this in the notes because I mean, it's not really a topic, I guess, but have you guys seen where somebody's taken their scenes from the movie and they're redoing them? They're like changing them and putting them out as gifts. Like Optimus shooting Rodimus, or shooting Hot Rod and then shooting Megatron, or the scene where Hot Rod first transforms and he throws Daniel up in the air, but he doesn't land in the cockpit. He just bounces off and goes stumbling down the road.
No, I have not seen that.
You haven't seen those? Oh,
no.
All right, I'll post it.
Well, also, I was going to ask you guys, we talked about the toy show images of Toy World's Combaticons last week.
Mm-hmm.
But Toy Worlds has released the official images of them, which do look a little different.
Stumpy. My name's Stumpy.
I was just gonna see if you guys had any thoughts on those.
I think it's gonna be a fun combiner.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the fucking robot modes do look
Stumpy.
Yikes. But I wonder how much of that shit you can take off.
Oh, parts forming?
Yeah, I wonder how much the little extra wings and extra doodads and all that kind of stuff that you can just take off and put in the box.
Hopefully on the legs though for a Vortex, because them legs got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that maybe. Yeah. I like the Superion. Or the aerial bots.
The aerial bots? Yeah, I think
they look pretty good. But they got some major light piping.
Dude, I haven't told you guys. So
you're moving.
We knew you were gay, Bobby. It's fine.
What you said? No. None of the above. I got a buddy of mine. So, there's a joke.
Now we know you're lying.
There's a joke in there. But I was talking to him and I was like, I want to finish this one last room in my basement. And he was like, dude, I'll fucking finish it. And I was like, what? And he was like, I'll finish it. He's like, I like doing shit like that. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm going to finish that last room in my basement sometime this year. It's going to take a while, of course, because I'm obviously just working on his schedule, whatever he can do. I'm not going to be like, come on, man, let's giddy up. He's doing
you better get on his ass, man. You got to get that shit done. Come on, man.
That being said, I'm thinking about, what I'm going to do, because, it's going to give me, pretty much double the space for my Transformers display. So, I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be able to really break everything down. When I get this Toy World fucking, Combaticon set, I'm going to be able
Robert D?
I'm gonna be able to. No, hopefully not.
Break
Lord
everything
willing.
down, not break everything apart. Different.
I'm gonna be able to like break down, Warbitron, and like he'll have a place to just be hanging out, chilling, like, with the Decepticons. Yeah. I'm pretty excited about it. So I'll keep everybody updated and stuff.
We still got to talk about Hasbro news. I know y'all trying to, steer away from it, but we still got to talk about Hasbro.
One of those gifts in the G3. I'm trying to find the one that was funny though, just so you guys can see it.
And we got new official pictures of movie MPB. Movie MPB.
This really doesn't look all that much different than the deluxe at this point. Like
I like it.
I don't feel it looks premium at all.
I don't think so either. I'm with you, Justin.
Well, I think y'all are full of shit.
You don't think that it just looks like plastic, Matt?
No, I think it looks beautiful.
Justin. I mean, I don't see any paint job on it at all. I mean, it could be, prototypes, but like, it doesn't look painted. It just looks like.
They said Megatron didn't look painted either, but we were fucking wrong. So, just putting that out there.
You're right, but I agree that this really doesn't look painted.
I can't wait to get one for me, and I'll get one for y'all because y'all have to keep it if I give it to y'all. So
I feel like it also doesn't really look like Bumblebee. Like, I don't remember his eyes looking so piercing.
Demonized?
Yeah. I mean, like, for something that's intending to, like, perfectly invoke the character, I don't think you could be much further from the mark in this case.
Maybe it's Galvatron. He has no soul.
Perhaps.
Come on, Greg, say something.
Perhaps. That's Justin. That's unenthused Justin voice.
Yeah, I know.
I got confused. I thought I had the Hound and the Megatron up before this, so I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry. Let me pull this picture up.
Bumblebee doesn't have a soul like Galvatron. What do you say?
We'll see.
Damn it. He didn't go along with
it. Well, that's the thing. Like, this is going to be a Toys R Us exclusive, and it says Takara told me on the box, so I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Did they just use their license? Is that why their name's on the box? And it's.
Well, I thought we heard that it's like a Takara design and Hasbro distribution, or they've worked out some like Sony Marvel shit with Spider-Man.
As long as they didn't fucking have their paint department do it, we'll see. I might just pick it up just because I like Masterpiece cars, but I mean, if it's cool, I'll pick it up. But I'm not like rushing to pre-order it or anything.
Right.
I'm not gonna like stake out my.
My pre-order. It's already pre-ordered.
No doubt.
So, yeah. All right, moving on to the last one. We got in-hand images of Hound and Megatron. The last night. So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I know you're laughing, but the Hound looks good. You can say it.
Does it? Does it, Matt?
Man, look at them feet. The wheels flop.
Oh my god.
He's got tire toes.
It's such a fucking like insult to like my eyes.
Look at all that paint, man.
The white bits?
Yeah, well, no, just green plastic.
Dude, shout out to them. Oh, Matt, did you see the new Apes trailer?
Yes, I did.
Badass, man.
Fucking shit, man.
Dude,
can't wait, dude.
I was asking Nerd Rage, they couldn't confirm it. Is that a white gorilla behind Caesar? I feel like it's a white gorilla.
I'd have to go back and watch it. I don't.
It's like
it
when
could be.
He's like walking down this like hallway, and it's him, and he's flanked by two gorillas.
Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah. But I was wondering like if they're gonna have like a white gorilla, like cool looking.
That'd be cool. I think they should put Woody Harrelson in every fucking movie. I mean, he just badass. God, that movie was good.
He's in the Han Solo movie.
Yeah, saw that.
Bringing it back to Star Wars.
When's Oops come out anyway?
July, I think.
July? Damn. Oh well. Got some great fucking movies coming up, man. Mac. Anyways, yeah, there's Hound, and then there's Megatron.
I'll give him credit. I think the Megatron, like the way they did the face, looks pretty cool.
I'm sorry. I was gonna hope you were gonna like say I'll give him credit. Like the apes are looking more and more real. But yeah, I'll take that too.
Do you think Caesar's gonna die?
Nah.
I don't know, man. He gets. I don't know. I hope he doesn't, but I don't know. I thought he was going to die in the last one, but.
Dude, let's start a Planet of the Apes podcast. Actually, let's save all our Planet of the Apes news for around this time in the show.
Let's do it.
Talk about Star Wars during the Transformer movie news, and we'll talk about apes during the Hasbro news.
What are we going to talk about in third party? Taking dumps? Taking dumps?
And I guess we could talk about Masterpiece during the third party news too, Matt. Would that be okay?
Yeah. Oh, he's got gold. He's got a gold. What in the fuck? I don't know. I like that jet though. That jet model's pretty good.
I don't think this character looks anything like Megatron. I mean, I guess it does from the movie, but it's probably the furthest look from Megatron we've got since Megatron was designed for the movies. But I don't think he looks bad. I think he looks pretty cool.
Where's Galvatron at? Then where's the? Okay.
I will say, like, working within the confines of what these movie verse bots look like, I don't think the Megatron looks bad. That being said, I still don't think it looks anything remotely close to Megatron for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't feel like it is a bad looking thing, like, for this world.
Do you think if you push his head down, them tusks will go up and down? Rah, 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 rah.
I think they should. They should now.
That'd be, yeah. I'll reach out to my guy. I know, Bob's Bait and Tackle Shop. They should be able to make that happen. All right, we're done with fucking Transformer news. We all want to do a discussion or something? I think there's a hot topic this week on.
Yeah, we can talk about Megatron a little bit, but I was also gonna say, I was also gonna say, like, what did you think of? What were the third party April Fool's jokes this year?
Skylinks.
Oh, Skylinks. I was kind of pissed on that one.
Yeah, Skylinks, and then there was that Autobot Tarn.
Oh, the red one. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say,
that might be true though.
I don't think so. I hope not.
Lenny. I think Lenny kind of thought it might be.
Oh, really? I gotta say, I think that was like of the MMC first, April Fool's jokes. I do feel like that was their weakest. Like,
yeah.
It was funny.
Kind of predictable.
It was I don't think it was predictable. It was funny, but it wasn't like it didn't get me for a second. Now that might also be because I'm just hyper, like, ready for MMC to make that the April Fool's joke.
Right.
But the
Skylinks kind of got me kind of triggered a little bit. I was kind of hoping for that.
Yeah. The Skylinks was a bummer. But I still think the best MMC fucking April Fool's prank was that fucking Predacane one. You remember that one?
What'd they do?
For you young kiddos listening that are new to third party, MMC has always done a fucking April Fool's joke, and the fucking first one they did fucking triggered the fuck out of me. So they had 2 Pharaohcons already out. They had the legs, and they put up a picture of the combined mode, like, complete, like the first time you ever saw it. I think. No, maybe not. But it had the chick with him for the first time.
Yeah, the Pharaoh Queen.
Yeah, and they were like, "We want to thank everybody for supporting us. Unfortunately, the project hasn't been successful enough to fund the last 3 bots, so we're gonna be canceling."
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, we're gonna be canceling the rest of this wave, but here is what this guy would have looked like.
That's good.
We still have the designs. We're willing to sell the designs if someone else can make them and all this shit. And I mean, I was like, no. And then
that's a good one.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Oh, that was God. You want to talk about triggering somebody? Fucking stop the middle of a fucking combiner. Oh,
yeah, that was the first combiner I actually was like, went in on at retail.
Yeah.
I can do this. Surely nothing bad will happen, right?
Well,
yeah, I remember when you decided to make the plunge into that combiner. Actually,
you remember that day?
I was very happy with them. I remember the day I got them. That was the very first episode of Shattered Cast.
Oh yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, Matt, where were you?
I was being nervous trying to do my first podcast ever.
Do you remember the time?
But
Sorry.
Fell in love.
and the other one, then the only other one I remember that they did, and I mean, I think they had to have done at least one more, but I remember that Megatron one that ended up being Boss.
Well,
And we were all like, stupid. Nobody wants Megatron as a fucking gun, as a sniper gun.
oh, and someone's like, that looks like Boss's alt mold. And
And we were like,
mode.
shut up, idiot.
I'm like, when did they ever show his alt mode? Then there's like half a panel,
Yeah.
like in this one issue, and I had to go back and apologize.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Oh man.
That's good stuff.
times. Good time. So do we want to talk about MP36 now? To be fair, the only person that has it on the show is Greg. Is that a
Yeah.
fact?
So true.
So I guess Greg, give your thoughts on it, and then we'll talk about all the controversy surrounding it. You can confirm or deny some of it, and then we can have the price drama.
Let's see. What can I say about it? Let's see. So there's that. And then there's that.
Oh, does he not speak in Japanese? Remember we were having that debate as to whether or not it would be a Japanese.
He does. He speaks in Japanese.
Yeah, it's Japanese.
Does he have any American lines too?
No, it's a Japanese toy from a Japanese company for Japanese children that are in their 50s.
Right,
So-
based on an American show. Watched an American.
Yeah, but how triggered would you be if they put out a? Oh, I don't know. I can't.
Well,
think
like to
of
be
it right
fair,
now. I'm
like
tired.
I'm trying to think about like of an anime that didn't have like an English dub. Like I wouldn't expect it to, if they made an American toy. Like I wouldn't expect it to have like American speaking. I'm saying American instead of English because there is a fucking difference. But like for the sake of argument, like an English dub.
America.
If there was never an, you know what I mean?
I got you.
No, it's Japanese. And people are all mad they don't use the American fusion cannon sound, but I don't think they use that sound in the Japanese version of the show. The one they use sounds like.
People actually mad about that?
Yeah, I don't think they have. I don't think they had stolen Star Wars sound effects in Japan at the time. So, if you want to hear the iconic fusion cannon, go pick up Empire Strikes Back on DVD, I guess.
I think that's a kind of a childish reason to be mad because they don't have the. I mean, come on. I mean, really.
Come on.
I mean, there's so much more to be mad about in this world, but you want to get mad at the sound that makes of a fusion cannon?
Well, I mean, like, are you saying that
Are you gonna side for the other people? Really?
well, I mean, for the sake of having a discussion,
Okay.
because
All right.
me, I don't care. I don't like electronics in my toys. I don't put batteries in my toys, so I don't really have a dog in the fight. But I mean, his gun is sort of a signature thing. I think the sound is a signature thing. I can see how people get disappointed with it. I mean, I understand why they didn't. If the Japanese show didn't have that sound and they had the sound that is with it, I get it. But I can see how people could still be disappointed.
I wanted to go pew pew pew, but whatever. I just think that's a kind of a lame reason why. I'm sorry, Greg. Go on. I just thought that was pretty lame to be mad about that. What about the finish?
Greg,
What about
pros,
the finish?
cons?
I like it. I mean, I like it better than I did any of the third-party ones. He can hold his arms at all poses. He looks like Megatron. I mean, I don't know what I can say that hasn't already been said in the countless Facebook threads.
No.
I mean, the way he looks is, I mean, everyone knows how he looks. I mean, that's your preference. But as far as like hardware and materials and that sort of thing, I mean, it's quality. He's no loose joints. I can't think of anything really that's bad about it. Like, I mean, there's a couple of things I wish were a little different.
Well, what are those? Well, let me first ask you this, because the one criticism that I keep hearing about is the engineering and people having paint scratched off, especially with the silencer and the paint through the transformation process. What are your thoughts on that?
I transformed it once last night. I showed you pictures. I mean, I didn't scrape the shit out of my barrel. Putting the silencer on. I think if you put it on and take it off gently and don't go yanking at it like
your dick.
Like you're in middle school, then that's not an issue. I went to I'm looking. I mean, it fell. Like it got knocked off the table this morning, so it scratched the arm.
Shit.
But I mean, outside of where it would have got scratched when it fell, I don't see any issues. I mean, I had a couple little tiny little chips out of the box, but I didn't even notice those until I took it outside. I was walking to the car, I had it in my hand, and I saw it in direct sunlight. And then I saw like a little teeny tiny chip. So I mean, how big of a deal is that really? You know?
Yeah.
So,
what about the head? What about the head size? A lot of people are griping about the head being too big.
Well, I mean, he's wearing a helmet.
Yeah,
like I think the head is fine. It's the same size it was in the cartoon. It's equal to the size of that little opening in his chest, if that makes sense. You know that little opening I'm talking about? Like it's that size. He's wearing a helmet.
Okay.
What were the things that you wish they would have done differently?
I mean, they couldn't have done them differently because of the way it's engineered. So it's ultimately fine. I mean, I wish he had more of an elbow, but like it's not like a toy like. I'm not as pissed off about it as I was like say Make Toys, the hardhead. What was that? Iron Will? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Because like that toy didn't have a whole lot going for it in my opinion anyway. So that was just kind of like icing on the cake. That the elbow sucked. And then I wish the feet were a little different, but like not the feet, not the size of the feet or anything, but I just wish like the back of the feet was handled differently. But it's got to be the way it is for transformation, because that makes up the front part of the handle. So I mean, it had to be that way. I mean, I think the transformation's fine. I transformed it last night, and I got a little hung up in a couple of spots, but that's just because like I couldn't read the instructions. Like I couldn't make out what it was telling me to do, where it'd have like an arrow pointing to the picture and it would say like, this is what we want you to do. I couldn't read it. So that was my only issue there. And I got it worked out. I was just getting frustrated and had to put it down. But I mean, I think the next time I do it, it'd be fine. It's a Takara transformation. It's not super difficult. I mean, I'm not splitting atoms like a third-party toy. You know, like it's not an X-Transbots figure. Like it's not designed to be overly complicated. I mean, it looks like it because there's a lot of moving parts. But I mean, I think once you've done it once or twice, it's going to be easy. And then that back that everyone's bitching about. I mean, it's literally, I don't have a ruler, but like, I mean, it's literally maybe a third of an inch, if that. Like where at its thickest, and it's just where panels have to go. It's just where they have to fold up, and it can't be smooth on the back because it's smooth on the other side because that's where the panels go. I mean, I get it, I guess, but the only way they could change that, the only way they could have done that differently is if they had a parts forming piece on it, and then everyone would be complaining about parts forming. Why'd you gotta take a piece off, piece of shit?
So you just think people are bitching just to bitch?
I mean, it's just like every other fucking toy. People are gonna bitch about it. And they're either going to get it or they're not. They're going to get it and they're going to stop bitching, or they're just going to keep bitching about it until something else comes out. And it's just the same thing every fucking time. I mean, how many are we on? 36? And people have been bitching like this on social media probably before that. But, I mean, like, even back, even with the Masterpiece cars, people were bitching about Sideswipe. Why is he so small? Why is he this? Why is he that? You know, like people are just going to bitch about it. And now that there's more third party, there's been like more of a third party boom in that time. Now it's you've got the extra layer of you're not just bitching about why does it look like that? Why does it do this one thing that I don't like? Why does it do this one thing I do like? Now it's like, well, the third party version's better. So you have that extra layer of bitching. You know what I mean? But I don't think any of the third parties are better than this one, in my opinion. Like this looks like Megatron. The Big Toys one is okay for what it is, but it's stylized. It looks like, I mean, if you put the two side by side, there's pictures online, and like looking at the pictures, like it's like to me, it's more obvious why I like it. Like the Make Toys one looks like he's wearing box armor. You know, it looks like he looks like a TFC toy. Like, you know what I mean? He looks like one of those old TFC like Constructicons. Like he's just boxes. I mean, some people like that, and that's fine. Like, if that's what you want it to look like, but I want mine to look like the cartoon.
Right.
The same thing with Shockwave. Like, you know, you're realizing now that image in your head isn't what it actually looked like on TV when you were a kid, you know? Like, and that's what I want, and that's not what you want. That's no reason to bash the toy.
Let me ask you a question. If they were to put out a, I always use Soundwave because it's just it's the easiest one to go to. But if they were to put out a new Soundwave that was hyper tune accurate, would you replace your current one with that one?
They already put out new Soundwave. You can't.
That was hyper tune accurate.
That was an Omni dub joke.
Oh.
Have you seen the dub? Have you seen the dub of that, of Headmasters?
Yeah.
No. Blow up Soundwave, and then they build him as Sound Blaster. They say now it's new Soundwave.
Soundwave, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Would you prefer that?
To have can you just real quick repeat that, because I got lost on my joke? If they put out a new Soundwave that was hyper tune accurate, is that what you said?
Yes. Like if they put out a new Soundwave and like instead of the silver, it was white plastic, and like, you know, they smoothed out all not all, but a fair amount of those panels. You know, his panels, like on his arms, shoulders specifically. Like
they made like Inferno.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, I think. Well, first of all, I think the Soundwave we have is fine. And second, what you're basically describing is what they did with Red Alert, and I bought that Red Alert. So
no. I'm sorry, because I don't mean just paint. Like, I mean change the sculpt.
It wouldn't be as detailed as he is now. He'd be more like I said, like Inferno. He's kind of plain, but he looks good, but he's got a lot of paint on him. But he didn't have a lot of detail into the skeleton of him.
Well, I mean, I don't think they need to do that. I think that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, if it was out there, I would buy it. I don't know, but I mean, I'm not sitting here like. If somebody came by and had a fucking bag of coke, I would buy that too. But I'm not actively out looking for cocaine. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where, like, maybe the situation possibly.
Because, like, you know, like I just recently looked at that Soundwave, and I looked at the cartoon imagery of it, and like, it's pretty different from the cartoon. Like, it's significantly different.
So basically, you're asking if they would go back and do what they're doing now with most of their masterpieces. Go back and reissue.
Well, no, not that I think they would do that. I'm just curious.
I think they would. I mean, really.
They might, but I'm just curious if, like Greg and the other person that pops to my mind instantly is Dust. Like, both really, really, really enjoy that, like, hyper cartoon translation.
Right.
And as I was looking at some of those older masterpieces and looking at some of the original, like the G1 art, and realizing just how different they are, it got me thinking, you know, if they were to release those, if you would prefer that look over what we have, you know, and pretty much everything up until Victory Saber, Star Saber.
Yeah, like they did Wheeljack. I think they could go back and do Wheeljack, you know, more cartoon accurate.
I mean, they could do all of them. I mean,
yeah.
But because that is something, like, you know, I do like, and I don't have the figure in hand, so I'm not giving any opinion on the figure until I have it in hand. But from the stuff that I see, like, I like the gray. Like, to me, the gray, it's more indicative of Megatron than the silver. Just because when I think of Megatron, I think of him as being gray. Now, I'm sure that the gray in the cartoon was trying to capture the look of silver, but it doesn't ultimately matter because it was fucking gray.
Right.
But I don't have, like, a whole lot of gripes about this Megatron, you know, just from looking at pictures. I know people are ate up about the back, and I get that. And I know some people are ate up about the pants being too high, and then there's images of, you know, that the pants are accurate, and et cetera, et cetera. And I get all those complaints, and I get all those defenses. but I guess I was just curious as just someone who I don't talk to dust that often. It's just someone that I do know that likes the hyper cartoon look. They would prefer if some of these older ones that we kind of consider great were redone in that more toon look.
Oh yeah.
Are
talking
you
about.
Are you getting this, Justin? Are you getting?
No.
Huh?
No. I don't. I mean, like, I think Inferno's fine, but I'm not a big fan of the hyper cartoony look. You know.
Yeah.
So who's your Megatron?
The Make Toys Despotron.
Okay.
He's not perfect, but he looks good next to Optimus, and that's what I want him to do. So.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But I think, to me, when I look at that picture with the Make Toys and the Masterpiece one, it's night and day. I mean, the Takara one looks like Megatron to me. And the Make Toys is a nice one. I thought about getting that one too until this one was announced. But I mean, to me, it just looks totally, straight out of the fucking TV. Is that Masterpiece one?
Yeah,
it's like
that's the thing though. The thing that really, and the thing that's killing me about where Masterpiece is going is they've decided to make this conscious shift between like real world type things like Sideswipe and even Optimus to an extent with the truck. I mean, that's a super realistic truck, and all the cars have been realistic looking. And then like kind of they started towing the line a little with Ironhide, and then flat out like just jumped over the line with Inferno, and then it's kind of like no looking back from there, And that's what bothers me. It's like it's so inconsistent to me. Like, this is why I'm not in on this, and like it's further compounded that like I didn't get them for $130, and like there's no fucking way I'm paying $200 for that,
Right.
Yeah, but on the group shots, then they all look different. I mean, you don't want them. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I mean, they look. I like that. I like that they all look different. I don't want them to be all the same, like that and everything. I guess I don't know.
Well, do you think Sideswipe and Wheeljack look the same?
No, I like that they're different.
They're both very realistic alt modes, right? Like.
Well, yeah, but I don't have mine in alt mode, so I don't see them in alt modes all the time. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah, they're realistic. Yes, I mean that's fine. But I like that they're they're different from each other. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm sorry. I'm saying it.
You might be losing me too.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're not following. I understand. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's kind of like you're making the argument that like, well, I can exchange out G1 Optimus for Armada Optimus, and I like it. They're not the same.
Well, no, I won't do that. I mean, that's a stretch right there. But
that's an exaggerated.
I'm just saying. I think in a group photo, I think they look awesome. I mean, all my masterpieces that I have on one shelf look really beautiful. I mean, just all together. And I understand where people are griping, they're going more toon, but a lot of people were griping that Masterpiece wasn't looking too toon. They're not looking like the TV show.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, you have to walk a fine line, to try to make everybody happy, and you're not going to and everything. And I'm happy that you do like the make toys, Megatron. That's all that counts and all that matters. But to me, that just looks like Megatron, out of the show.
Well,
I like that.
I think and this isn't obviously if Justin's happy, Justin wins. I think that of the Megatrons I have handled so far, I think that Make Toys has the most impressive build. I haven't handled the Takara one, but I will say that for me, I'm not as much interested in hyper cartoon accuracy as I am in kind of nailing the iconic pieces of what makes them the character. And my biggest gripe with Make Toys Despotron is that to me the shape of Megatron's helmet is one of the most iconic things about him, and I feel like it's definitely in the spirit of it, it's definitely in the stroke, the brush stroke of it, so to speak, but to me it's off enough where it's bothersome for me personally. And that's
let me ask you something, but do you think the reason why they do that because they can't? I mean, you can't make it look like exactly like that Megatron,
no, I mean,
so that means Hasbro would go after them.
Mignon does. You know what I mean? Megatron's fucking head and face look like fucking.
Well, I know what I'm just saying, but he also has different parts than what Megatron is, as far like the legs and everything. So I'm saying third party can't make a Megatron that looks exactly like the show, because then Takara could actually go after him for.
No, I disagree.
They made a Perceptor that more or less looks like the show.
Yeah,
they made Dinobots that more or less look the show.
I was just asking.
Do you think
the reason? Do you think the reason why it looks a little different is because of
I think the reason why it looks a little different is because Make Toys stylizes their shit. Like it's just what they do.
Yeah,
and I respect that. I respect that. Like I respect that they're like we're gonna put a little bit of our flavor onto this. I get that. But to me, like I'd rather see that flavor in every other place, but the few places that are really, instantly recognizable or what makes a character instantly recognizable as the character. And I think for Megatron, it's that barrel on the back, it's that gun on his arm, it's the square chest, the shape of the legs, and the shape of the helmet. And like that's what keys you in that's supposed to be Megatron.
Well, that's kind of my thing too. Like looking at the third-party ones, like, do you want a Megatron, or do you want a silver or gray robot that's reminiscent of Megatron? You know what I mean? Like, because to me, looking at the two side by side, like the Make Toys, like after having all of them in hand, like the Make Toys to me is just a big silver robot that kind of looks like Megatron. Like it kind of resembles him. It kind of has it's got the gun. Like what it's supposed to be, but it's not Megatron. This one is, obviously, because it is Megatron. And that being said, if this had not come out, and after handling all three, if I had to pick one for me, I actually would have ended up going with the Megatron. Because like Bobby said, I agree with what he said. I feel the same way. I think that thing nailed I think it nailed more of the iconic features better than the Despotron. But it's just like the Shockwave argument. It's like people are like, well, that looks more like Shockwave to me, like Quakewave. And it's like, well, why? It's like, well, he's big and powerful and this and that. And I'm like, but Shockwave was none of those things. And so like you have this idea in your head of what you think that he should look like versus what he does. And so it's up to you. If you like it, that's great.
That's a good way to look at it, Well,
I definitely agree with that, but then my only like kind of like addition to that is that like that Soundwave doesn't look like a translation of the cartoon Soundwave. Like it does look more imposing, and I don't know, like there is a difference there that I kind of like. That's why I was like, because like for me, if they were to do a hypertune Soundwave, there's no fucking way I'd get it. Like because I think that Soundwave is. I just looked at all of them recently, and like I think that Soundwave may be just fucking perfection.
Oh, that's my favorite. Up until recently, that was my favorite masterpiece. And when that came out, when did that come out? 4 years ago?
Yeah,
and even 4 years ago, it was a drastically different game then. There wasn't we didn't know there was such a thing as transformable, hypertune, accurate. You know what I mean? There was no Inferno and there was no Grapple. And that was what it was. And now that they're going in this direction, I like it. Am I going to go back and replace all the masterpieces I have? Probably not. Right. I did that Red Alert. I might. I'm not gonna say, like I said before. I'm not gonna ask for it. I'm not gonna be starting up a petition or anything to have a new Soundwave made. But if one comes along and it looks decent, I might swap it out.
I hear you. I'm not. My attempt isn't to catch you in a trick bag or anything.
I know.
I'm literally just curious because.
Well, what the second part of that just real quick, because it was just one more thing. As far as the third party stuff though, yeah, I would, because most of the third party stuff I have is just to hold me over until an official comes out anyway. So if a better option comes out, then yeah, I'll swap out I was going to swap it out anyway, 90% of it anyway, so I would be more inclined to sell, what's a third-party one we don't have? Let me see.
Skids.
I already got rid of a lot of that shit, so, do I like the Wreck-Gar? Yeah, I like the Wreck-Gar, but the KFC made. But if tomorrow they announce a Masterpiece Wreck-Gar that's just a little bit more tune accurate, then yeah, I'll swap it out. I can't think of anything because I've already got rid of. I don't have any really. Oh, okay, Cosmos. I think that Toy World Cosmos looks fine.
Right.
I mean, I'm with you on the gold, but I think it looks good enough. Like, I mean, matching it up with the cartoon, like it nails the Cosmos traits.
Yep.
Like that little pattern on the chest looks just like the cartoon. Like shit like that. It nails it. For the most part, except for those handguns piss me off. I swapped them around and I changed arms and they look a little better, but they're still on the wrong side of the hand. But anyway, would I buy another third-party Cosmos? Probably not. Would I buy a Masterpiece one? Definitely. But
no, I get you there. I get you there.
That same rule doesn't hold true for my Takara. Like, I might not necessarily swap it out for a Hypertune if the option came up.
Oh yeah, that would have been an interesting reverse to that question. Is if somebody like, I'm trying to think of like if a third party company made a Hypertune Soundwave, that like, you know what I mean? That would be interesting. Like if a
Fans Toys.
Yeah, like I'm hesitant to go
X-Transbots
because of Greg's like just fucking bad luck with that company, but
Well, Fans Toys had a Soundwave until the MP came out, and it definitely wasn't super tuned.
No. I know. I'm saying.
I was just saying to Matt. Like, I'm sorry, just to Matt. If they were going to put one out, I think they would just stick with what they had before. I don't necessarily think they would do a.
Right.
But what if Open Play or whatever came out with this Soundwave that was like fucking spot on tune.
Would you replace your Master or MP one with it?
Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not. If
so, there's definitely an element of brand loyalty. And over necessarily aesthetic cues from the show.
I wouldn't really say that because the reason I wouldn't swap out Soundwave is because I think Soundwave's a really good toy, and I don't think a third party one could really do anything. I mean, Soundwave's pretty basic as it is. Like, it's not a whole, it's not a lot. It's not hard to get them right. So I don't think there's anything a third party one could do. But I swapped out Dinobots. I mean, I got Grinder.
Right.
And I got those BB7 cone heads and Seekers. I swapped those out for the Takara ones there, just because the build was better. So it's not brand loyalty.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, I just think
solid point.
I just think that it just depends on the situation. I mean, that's when you get to the root of all these petty, stupid Facebook arguments, when you start talking about brands versus you start talking about a general brand thing versus an individual
preference
toy or even a character. Yeah, it just depends on what things look like. I didn't like. I got this Megatron because when I saw it compared to the other ones out there, this was what I wanted. Like, to me. That being said, when I got rid of the DX9 Mitron, it was really hard. Like, I wanted to keep him around, and I knew that if this didn't pan out for whatever reason, then the Mitron would.
You had that to fall back on.
I mean, if this is a piece of shit, I wouldn't keep it. I would have gotten the other one.
Right.
So it's not. It's not just because it's Takara. I mean, that definitely not. Same thing with the Trailbreaker. Like, I know a Trailbreaker's coming at some point, but I might go in on that X-Transbots or the Fans Toys if I think it's a solid toy.
Right.
The same thing with Hot Rod too. I got rid of my Hot Rod.
I didn't know what question I was asking, but that's the answer I was looking for. So.
Well, would you say it might be the new flavor in the ear?
By Craig Mack, 1,000 Degrees. You'll be on your knees and you'll be burning big and please.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good. That was good.
Yeah.
But I'm glad.
That's a good discussion.
Well, no, I'm glad that everybody has. I mean, like I always say, it is a great time to be a collector because you have choices. That you have 3 different Megatrons, 4 actually now, that you can choose from, and whatever you like, hey, you win. That's all that matters.
Yeah, well, I think that I also think it's people always ask me all the time when I'm in my videos when I'm like, Star Wars is my #1 love, and people are like, well, then how come all the Transformers videos? I think they're trying to I get the impression that they're trying to almost call me a culture vulture of sorts. But the thing is that I think the Transformers fandom is the most exciting fandom to be in right now, and I think that's because of third party. It's like something I've never experienced before, never seen before, and I think it makes it interesting. And what I also think it does is that like Greg, myself, Justin, Matt, Robert D, unfortunately not Lenny anymore, but like we all have this masterpiece collection, but our collections are not identical, and I think that's fucking interesting.
Yeah. That is yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
But I think all of us would. I'm not gonna say agree, but if we had any choice that we could, we would keep our masterpieces because it's a great line, And
What do you mean?
well, I mean, I'm including also third party. They're not called masterpieces, but I think that if we had just a third party scale, the masterpiece scale. That's what everybody goes to. I have tons of everything, Legends, Alexis, but if I had a choice to keep anything, it would be my, masterpiece scale stuff because they're just, great figures, So anyway, all right. Well, that was awesome. We got a MP collector's question. You want to answer that real quick?
Yeah, I'll read that. Hold on 1 second.
I have to step away from the keyboard for just 1 second, so I will jump right back in.
So it said, Dear Shattercast crew, if you count all the MP11 variants, Takara has released well over 40 masterpiece figures in the last 14 years, and we have seen a ton of changes in the line throughout that period. For this week's question, I was wondering how the SCU guys would break up the different eras of the masterpiece line. For example, I could see a future Transformers historian breaking up the line by designers. I could also see someone arguing that the big divide occurred with the decision to start scaling the figures to each other. With the recent move towards heavy cartoon accuracy, I could also see a reasonable person define the eras by real-world alt modes and Sunbow extremism. Finally, we wouldn't want to miss the growth of the third-party movement and how it may have impacted the speed at which Takara has released masterpiece figures. Could an argument be made that the masterpiece line could be broken up by pre- and post-Quake Wave? I'd love to hear from each of the SCU guys on this.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah.
Justin, why don't you take a stab at this first?
I mean, I think it's fair. I mean, at least where third party is concerned, like, Quake Wave is where pretty much every third party has kind of made the transition from, like, that fans project style, deluxe / Voyager size toy to actually making a shot at the MPs,
Right.
So I definitely think that's a very fair, like, era, basically. Yeah, I could totally see it. And I guess the next question is, like, has there since then been other eras to define,
How would you split up the eras if you were to?
G1, bunch of crap.
Well, no, of masterpiece.
G1, bunch of crap. No, I was just kidding.
It's not a
I
bunch
don't know.
of
I
crap.
mean, no, it's not. But I would definitely, like, I pretty much kind of said it before. Like, I'm disappointed that we don't have the hyper realism in Masterpiece still going. So I definitely say that that's its own era, basically. And then, where did the split come? Because kind of like Ironhide kind of toes the line between the hyper realism and the cartoon accuracy, right? I mean, the bot mode is very cartoon accurate, and the
is it? I hear what you're saying.
Well, yeah.
Oh God, the chest is fine. Jesus.
Sorry, I can't help it. I'm sensitive about that toy. I get triggered about that.
Assuming the chest and everything was the way you wanted it to be, yes, it does. Like, he doesn't have a whole bunch of details on his legs or anything like that. Like, for the most part,
I got you. I know what you mean.
And then, like, so Shockwave definitely looks like he fell out of the cartoon. He came after Ironhide, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's hard to say if I would put Ironhide in the hyper-realistic or the cartoon-realistic.
I would put him in that.
Yeah, I think I'd still put him in the hyper-realistic because he's got a realistic alt mode, And then after that, then, yeah, like, it's just...
He's got that smooth body.
Yeah.
Like Inferno. You know what I'm talking about? Inferno.
I know what you're talking about.
But he just
he got that smooth body.
He's got that luscious body. No, I mean, it's just they like with the cars. There's more detail into them. than what Ironhide. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, as I always do, Justin. I apologize.
Fine, please.
But the smoothness, as far as the legs, and everything, they look like Inferno's legs. Like there's just not a lot of detail in there. It's just there's a lot of paint, and that's good.
And I think that is something.
They switched. They took out the details and they put in paint. They switched it up.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair to an extent.
They're not as painted. Like the cars are not painted that a lot.
There's a fair amount of paint on the cars.
But not as much as Inferno.
No, but I think that is I think that's almost a design thing. Like, that's another thing. Like in the recent changes in Masterpiece that we've seen is that just the box on top of box. And it's a lot easier to add a paint finish to a box on top of a box than it is like if you look at Sideswipe's legs. I mean, there's tons of shit going on there. It's not just rectangle.
Well, do you think they'll change it up with different characters? Like, I mean, I don't know who's going to be next in the Masterpiece. You got, I think Beast Wars is next. But I mean, as far as the G1 stuff, are they going to be boxy? The next, I don't know who the next Takara one is up. Because Inferno's boxy. Grappel.
Yeah, the next one is Dirge, right? But outside of that, we haven't seen another G1.
Right. So I think it's just going to matter who the character is, really. Because if they put out like another Skids, not another Skids, but
I don't know.
They put out Hound. Let's say they put out Hound or Jazz. Jazz is not going to be boxy, so they might go back to what the cars were originally and more detail. I'm asking them. Do you think?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that I think I see what you're saying because you're saying that the fucking shape of the car is going to have an impact on the shape of the bot. So yes, I agree with you there. But I think they still at this point are going to do what they can to make sure that it is, just in terms of
accurate
geometrics of the shapes, like that is going to be as accurate as possible to the cartoon.
Right.
And I think there is, there's something gained and there's something lost there, and it all depends on your preference.
Right.
Like I am with Justin in that I like to see a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see I think that having that ultra hyper real world car, even though I don't necessarily care about that, it does translate to I know this sounds ridiculous, but almost a more real looking robot.
Huh.
Yeah, well, to me it has to. Like when you are taking the realistic alt mode and turning it into a robot, it makes more sense to me, and it's, this is kind of the reason the Megatron thing to me is a problem, because they're starting to get away from the thing I love, which is the kind of realistic thing. I've never looked at Transformers and was yeah, that's this is how I pictured him in my head all the time. Cartoon was one thing, and I don't know, the thing about classics was the classics Optimus Prime was not G1 Optimus Prime, but it was oh cool, this is him realized in a more modern thing that's very close to the original. And then Masterpiece was whoa, okay, now we're gonna cater to the vehicles they were supposed to be in the cartoon, while kind of still being true to the robot. And then it's gone away from it, and I don't know, it's kind of disappointed me there in that regard with Masterpiece. It's probably why I don't really care about that Megatron anymore. And I don't know, I'm definitely someone who, like I said, I was a Masterpiece collector, but I didn't get Grapple. I don't care about Grapple at all,
Grappel.
Yes. So it's weird.
Yes.
It's this weird change in my. No, I'll never get him, Matt. I've got the MMC one.
It's okay.
And I'm happy with it, because to me, I can take that MMC one, and if it's in its alt mode, it looks a hell of a lot more like the crane, like a crane, than the Takara one. So, that's not to say the Takara one's badly designed. It's just it went places I don't want to be at this point.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely that for me, the eras are, there's three, I guess. There's everything before MP10, which is like it's a totally different approach. That shit before MP10, like that shit was totally about display pieces that weren't intended to be a collection. Like, you know, like they didn't give a fuck about scale, obviously, and then there's the MP10 era with, you know, the, like he says, like the alt mode, you know, real worldism, and then there's the cartoon extremism or whatever, and then, like that also is broken up mostly by the designer as well, like the guy behind them. So like we saw that change happen then, or at least start to happen. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, go. I'm sorry.
Well, I just did this video. It's going to be out by the time that this thing airs, but like I did 2 parts, like this history of masterpieces. Like I was able to get all the molds out from MP10, like put my hands on them, manipulate them a little bit, and like you do notice there is a fucking change. Like when they change factories, the product is different, and you start to see evidence of that change. Like at least design-wise, not necessarily material-wise, but design-wise, start to happen around Ultra Magnus, and then at Star Saber you definitely see it, and then, like, you know, and then Ironhide I feel like is when it really hits its stride with this new kind of approach, you know, for better or worse.
Where do you put Ultra Magnus at?
What do you? I would put it in the
middle, like after MP10.
I would put it in, I would put it in that bracket. But I would put it, you know, like if they were all, you know, arcs, you know, like Ultra Magnus would be on the other side of that arc.
So you don't think he's cartoon, straight out of the cartoon?
No, I think he is more. I mean, he's not straight out of the cartoon, but I think he is more out of the cartoon than the previous releases.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that was definitely the first one I can remember people bitching because he didn't have a bunch of like added shit to him, and they bought a $30 Repro-Label set and fucking covered him in stickers.
I'm still bitter about my Ultra Magnus not having a white robot underneath, but you know, it's just
yeah. I don't like to talk about that topic with you. I'm let it go.
You see a darker? Is it a darker side of Justin?
Yeah. It goes to bad places. It goes to all sorts of notification bells.
Rocking back and forth like.
Where would you? How would you break it up, Matt?
I'd probably go with the way you were, exactly what you said. So I mean, you know, you had the car, you know, the cars little section. And then, you know, that right before MP10, kind of, then MP10, and I would, you know, lump in, you know, like Ultra Magnus, Star Saber, and then, you know, you got the cartoon, the Toon extra thing, which I don't know, man. Hot Rod came out with, you know, when the Toon stuff was coming out too, but I don't consider that one a Toon accurate one either. I would put him with the cars.
Well, I don't know. I think it's trying to be. I just don't think it does it as successfully.
Right, yeah. It doesn't hit the mark like, you know, Inferno and Shockwave, all that stuff. But, you know, it was lumped in at that same time, which is kind of weird. Like, why are they going with the Toon accuracy thing, and then they put out this Hot Rod?
If you look at that Hot Rod, most of it is Toon accurate. It's just, I think that's almost what makes the part that's not Toon accurate more glaring. You know what I mean? It's like if you're trying to make it look like the cartoon, and you get all but the chest right, it's fucking obnoxious. You know, and that's where I put Hot Rod and Ironhide. But if you're not trying to make it look like the cartoon, you can take fucking, you know, liberties everywhere, and you're like, this is good.
But to me, Hot Rod has more detail in him, like more of a car, like when the first MP cars were making, they had more detail in them.
I don't know, man. Look at those legs. Look at those legs. Look at the thighs and the shins and the feet.
Yeah.
Like that shit is pretty much just straight up cartoon.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I'm just talking about if you look at from the top part, he has more detail. What Inferno and Grapple and Ironhide have, and that's what I asked. I was like, I think maybe it is because of what the character is and how it looks. That's the reason why they went that way. Like if they go to another bot, like I said, if they make like Hound or something, or Jazz, it's not gonna. I don't think they're gonna go for the cartoon accuracy like that because it's the way the design is. That they're gonna go back to maybe how the cards were, like Wheeljack was, and there's gonna be more detail in Jazz. Because they just can't make it like Inferno because he's blocky. So I think they might not go that way with all of them.
I actually feel like I think if they do go to Hound is going to be super blocky. I can't see, especially given the alt mode, which is blocky. I can't see how they wouldn't go that route.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think Hound. I think they would probably do but the toy has a lot of detail too. But I'm saying, yeah, he'll be blocky, and they will have more paint on him. But like I said, Jazz, he has more curve to him, and stuff. So I think they wouldn't be able to do what they did with Inferno, like they did Inferno, with Jazz and maybe Skids or who else, some other cars they haven't done. Sunstreaker, I think they would do Sunstreaker like they did his brother, Sideswap, something like that.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just, we'll find out hopefully later. I hope they make these, I'm just saying, I think that's just my opinion,
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, but I think that, it's, 3, divisions right now. And there may be 4 divisions. They might do something else. It is a masterpiece, So, who knows? What's Greg think?
Yeah, Greg, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any other way to break it up. It's like MP01 to MP09. Yep. That's where it was a collection of pieces, and then arguably everything after that were pieces of the collection because they were all kind of scaled to go together, not just like standalone things. And there's definitely what's his name, Hasui or whatever.
Yeah.
Era. Up until, what was the last one he worked on?
I was thinking about that too, because so he worked on Ultra Magnus, right? Because he was saying how like Ultra Magnus was his favorite Transformer, and my question, I guess, is who did Star Saber?
Wouldn't be hard to find out. Oh, give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
But
yeah.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's there's not really, I mean, I don't really know how to break it up into eras. I mean, unless you do it by designer. Because
how many designers have there been, Greg?
Well, I think everything up to everything up to MP10 was one guy, and then MP10 on up to whichever one was Hasui, and then didn't the old guy come back with a different team? Because for some reason they stuck Homeboy on Combiner Wars.
Right.
Like he couldn't even unfuck that. He couldn't even unfuck that mess.
Right.
Oh, that was a waste.
He tried though. God bless him.
Yeah.
What did he do in Combiner Wars?
Debbie.
No, he was. Hasbro had him. He was over that. I think he was over that whole project.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh. Wow. That's a waste of
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Resources.
It's like sending Megatron to take out some stray cats. I mean, that's
that is a weird fucking. I mean, Megatron go take them cats out. Retreat. Whatever.
Let's see. Where's Star Saber? Where are you big?
Or Mirage. Like I think they did Mirage. They would have to go back to the old style because he's got so much detail in him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was a different guy.
Different than
Hisashi Yuki.
Something a burp.
Let's see, Hisashi Yuki. He's the guy that did Beast Wars 2 stuff. Robust in Disguise, Optimus Prime. He's the guy that did MP5 Megatron.
Wow.
In 12 days. Well, he literally only had like a week and a half to do it.
Yeah.
He designed classic Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, that mold.
Huh.
Interesting.
He disagreed. It says right here, when he designed the Universe Sunstreaker and Sideswipe toys, he disagreed with Hasbro's concepts and instructions that both robots would be exactly the same, only differing in their heads. So, if this guy was to do a Sunstreaker, then good chance it would be its own thing. Oh wait, there's a list of his toys right here. So that guy did MP4, MP5, and Star Saber, and let's see, the guy that did the Seekers, I think, is the guy that's back on the line now, but I might be wrong. Hold on, y'all getting a history lesson?
Yeah, this is good shit.
Oh, let's see. It's just TF Wiki, man.
Fuck yeah. Man, Takara needs to do fucking mini bots.
Oh yeah, it's Shoji.
Oh, Shoji? We go way back.
Yeah, Shoji.
Oh, Soji. We used to call him Shuji back in the day.
Yeah, he did hybrid style.
Stop lying.
He did hybrid style Optimus, and he did the Seeker, the original Seeker. So who did Grimlock?
Freaking news.
So who did
Who did
Grimlock?
Grimlock?
I don't
Am I
know.
missing? Oh, now I want to know. I'm like
What's Grimlock?
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, was 9 Grimlock?
Oh wait,
Oh, wait, okay.
because I'm betting whoever worked on Grimlock worked on Rodimus.
That stinks.
It does not say. It doesn't say. Let's see if
Well,
let's
man,
see if
they've
I
had
can
some
glean
new-
any knowledge here.
had different people do some new stuff.
Yeah, so it wasn't just one. That's 3 people so far. That have worked before MP10. I guess nobody wants to own up to damn MP09.
Like, nope, we're good.
Yeah, I don't see
It
that.
was Bob. It was Bob over there in the corner.
So here's the $1 million question: who is it that jumped on tracks? Does it say?
Oh, Ralph.
Yeah, because Trax still definitely has a bit of the old vibe.
Yeah, it's not Hisui though, I don't believe.
It's not Hisui for sure, but who it is, I'm trying to remember. Let's see if it says here. Man, there's a lot of figures. Jesus Christ.
Did you rob a liquor store?
Oh, there's a fucking list of them right the fuck here. There's a list. Had I gone just a little bit farther, there would have been a list. I wouldn't have had to follow those links. So Harunori Kobayashi was MP1. And then Hinarori Kobayashi and Shoji worked on MP3, MP6, and MP7. So that's a Seeker mold. And then Kobayashi did MP8 and MP9. And then Shogo did MP10, MP11, 12, 14, 13, and the cassettes. I guess 13 Soundwave. So yeah, MP12, 13, 14, and then the cassettes. He did 17, 18, and 19.
You need to come back.
Which are the cars, right? MP20 and 23, and that is
20,
Ultra Magnus.
20 and 22 is Ultra Magnus, right?
Hold on, I got it right up here. I'll just scroll up. That's wheel. Okay, so Wheeljack.
It's 22.
Wheeljack is 20.
Okay, yeah, and then Bumblebee was 22.
Bumblebee was 21.
Oh, 21. I'm sorry, and then Ultra Magnus was 22, and then Star Saber is 24.
Exhaust was 23, so
Exhaust
that would
was
be
23.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be why it was listed like that. So yeah, 20 and 23. So yeah, he did Wheeljack. He did Bumblebee. MP22. Hasui did the design, but Kobayashi finished it. The Hishashi Yuki guy did MP24. That's Star Saber, right?
Yes.
Kobayashi did 24 and 25 and 26. That's Ironhide, right? Or is that Trax?
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't fucking matter.
Trax was before Ironhide, so yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
25 is Iron. It's Trax.
So he did Trax, he did Loud Pedal, and then he did Ironhide, and he did Ratchet. MP28. Who is 28?
Probably G2 Sideswipe. Oh, no.
Okay, so 28 is Hot Rodimus.
Oh, Hot Rodimus.
And somebody completely different did that shit.
Huh.
Onishi
We can tell.
and Miyaki Tomoya, and then Kobayashi came back and made changes, and then MP29, which is Shockwave, right? Destron Laser Wave, that was Kobayashi, and then the list stops there.
Huh.
They need to bring him back.
And then Hasui did the Bumblebee and the Starscream molds that were the leader, and then repainted as the masterpiece over in old Japan for the movies, for the Bay movies.
Interesting.
But yeah, it doesn't have anything past 29 because I want to know. I want to know that shit. Probably because there hasn't been a New Generations book, because that's where it looks like they got their information from. So yeah. So that shit's all over the place. But it looks like Kobayashi's actually done more of the line than Shogo did. Well, I guess they probably did equal parts, but so yeah.
I like that Kobayashi guy.
So in lieu of an answer to the question, you get that little bit of
history.
I'm like the reference desk.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I definitely like the guy that did MP10 the best. Like that fella that had that.
Shogo.
Yeah,
that fella.
run.
Yeah, but he did Devastator too, so they're not all winner.
That's true. But I kind of feel like he was forced to fight with his hand tied behind his back on that.
Well, let's see if I can get a list of what he's worked on completely, because he's worked on a lot of shit.
That C-Dub Devastator is good, man. I don't care what y'all say. It is.
I think it could have been a lot better. And if the rumors,
it could have.
If the rumors hold any water or any weight, if they hold any weight, fuck, I'm over like mad. I'm getting tired. And we do see a Masterpiece Devastator coming out in the next little bit. Then I wonder if he's going to be on that project. There's no way they wouldn't put him on that, right? Since the Combiner Wars Devi did so well.
I would hope so.
There's a list. Beast Machines, Brutica Skydive, Armada Starscream, Energon Starscream, Wing Saber, Cybertron. Let's get out of this crap. He did that Chuck Seeker mold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good mold right there.
It is.
And he did that Hot Rod. This man's got repaint of the year. He's got some repaint creds. 2 of them more repainted molds.
You think he gets commission or something for repaints? Like if he makes one, like he knows he's gonna make like 30 of them, different repaints.
So he did Movie, Barricade, Jazz, Ratchet, and Starscream. He did
Starscreams, man.
Animated Optimus Prime. Both of those. He did Voyager, Shockwave, and Lockdown, which those are 3 of my favorite animated toys. Revenge of the Fallen, Bumblebee, Sideswipe, and Starscream. Loves that Starscream.
Who doesn't?
Human Alliance Barricade, Human Alliance Jazz, Leader Class Starscream, Generations Drift, Devastator. Yeah.
So he's done a couple then, right?
And then Prime, Starscream, and RC, of course. And then,
that RC is impressive.
Mm-hmm. And a Starscream.
I don't think I ever messed with the Starscream.
I like all the Starscreams. I like both of them, but I think the Voyager one is really the first edition, just upsized. There's not a whole lot of difference.
I'll send it to you, Bobby. You can do a review on it.
No.
You have to.
No, I don't.
No, you have
Actually, Bobby, you should, because that was right about the end of where mainline Transformers toys were good.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind taking a look at it, but I'm not doing it.
No, you have to do a review. I already said it.
So he's worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I
10.
I have a question for you, Greg. Just an opinion.
Yeah.
This Toy World Bruticus.
Hold on, let me get in my car. Hold on a second. Let me get my engine started here, and then. I don't know what that was, but that's what it sounded like. It sounded like
I think it was Michael Myers.
Should be.
So, like, do you... Here's the problem with Bruticus and trying to have any sort of cartoon accuracy. The Onslaught is like a blue, but and he forms the body of Bruticus, but the G1 body of Bruticus is gray.
Yeah, I don't know about that shit.
Do you think they have any do you think that it's feasible that they could have any workaround for that?
No.
Like, you put Onslaught in a little case.
I don't know.
I know, me neither. That's what I'm saying. I'm not putting it past them.
Bad Cube found a way to make Bombshell 2 different colors. Granted, that's not the same scale, but you know, if you had asked me if they could have made Bombshell purple and gray, I would have said no. 5 years ago. If you had asked me where do I see Bombshell in 5 years,
Where do you see Bombshell in 5 years, Greg?
I don't know.
Do you think that if anybody else put out the Insecticons, y'all would get them? Other than Bad Cube? I mean,
I'm not getting those MMC ones, so I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, man, I don't know about those units.
I might get some. I might get Takara ones if they were decent, because I'm a Takara apologist. But
well, the MMC ones was Bombshell. Was he drunk or something, or? Did y'all not see him? He was leaning over or something, or?
Yeah, no, I saw him. I want to wait for like finished images of those before, because like this, there's a lot of like things to set my Spidey sense off with those.
No, it wasn't Bombshell. It was
It's Kickback, right? Or Shrapnel?
No, Shrapnel. Yeah, Shrapnel. He's like all. I don't know.
He looked like a combiner arm.
Yeah, he looked like this damn $3 flashlight, transforming flashlight I got from Big Lots. It's like a little bug that turns into a flashlight.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see finished images before I make, because like the initial images that we saw, I thought looked great. So I'm willing to chalk up that this might have been, just not a flattering photograph of it.
I think they waited way too long. I think they're just.
I do too.
Unless you're like an MNC guy, that's fine, you'll get them. But I really think they just waited. I mean, it's been. How long have they been supposed to be out? I mean, it's been at least over a year since we've seen the first pictures of them.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we don't have anything on our page, because I do feel like people have wrote to us recently.
What do y'all think Takara's gonna? I mean, when do you think they're gonna announce anything? I mean, when's NYC or that won't be at the Comic Con? So, I mean, when do you think they're gonna announce anything next for? For Masterpiece.
We do have another question, but I'll hold off. I don't know. I don't. When they have Greg probably knows, like they have like a number of like toy fairs over there where they tend to announce their releases, right?
Right.
Yeah, they have like a Tokyo Toy Show, and I don't know. I can't keep track with that.
Korean Toy Show.
Yeah.
I think those motherfuckers have toy shows like flash mobs. I think like 6 hours beforehand, somebody gets an email that says "Bring your prototypes," and then they just throw some shit together.
I mean, it's kind of weird. We haven't seen anything. I mean, the only thing we've seen is Dinobot, and that's it. That's the next one that's coming. And we haven't
seen that. They just
they just showed.
Well, that's
what the only unannounced ones that we have left to fulfill are Dirge and Dinobot, right?
And Artfire.
Yep.
And Masterpiece Primal, whatever, fucking. But yeah, they're all remolds except for the little Dinobot. Well, and that kind of makes me think there's some weight to the rumor.
Some big news
that they're just about to blow something out. Yeah, because.
God, I hope they do. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
The rumor is like Jazz and at least 2 of the Constructicons. And I've heard they've had Jazz finished for a while. They're just trying to get it.
We saw Hoist and Trailbreaker too, didn't we? Like a picture.
No, that was that was just a
drawing.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. Well, they've said there's been a Galvatron finish too. That there's a Galvatron prototype. I've heard that from multiple quote unquote sources.
Yeah, I tell you, I've heard. I'll tell you all the stuff I've heard rumor wise, right? I've heard Constructicons, Jazz, Hoist, Trailbreaker, Blaster.
Blaster.
I heard Skyfire.
I haven't heard Skyfire. I heard Blitzwing.
Springer. I've heard Springer.
I haven't heard Springer.
It's got to be. I mean, with 7 of them out there already, I mean, you know.
Was that your stomach, Matt?
No, that's my dog. He's snoring. That's Gator.
Wait.
Why would it have to be my stomach?
No, like it just sounded like a hungry stomach. Like,
yeah, could be your stomach too. You might be hungry.
No, I ate before the show.
Bobby said it's been at least 2.5 hours since you fed.
No, I did not. So we got a question from Brendan. Hey guys, it has been a while since I've asked you all a question. I've literally been out. I, for one, do enjoy movie designs. If you could design a movie character in any way you would like, how would you make said character look?
G1.
Yeah, that's too easy to answer like a smartass.
like I think that
SS Explorer.
Like I think if a lot of those Milne designs I think would translate to like movies perfectly fine. Like that famous like Milne Optimus Prime. Like I think that like I don't know. I mean, almost the way that like to be fair, the way that G Creations Optimus Prime looks, like I think that would be a perfect movie looking Optimus Prime.
Or who did those?
I can see that.
Who did the statues that we said that like they were like a G1 inspired?
Was that Prime 1?
Maybe. Where we said those would be good movie designs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they look like on statues. Fuck yeah.
But and, like the big thing, like the reason the Bay things bother me so much is like, I mean, like you get small hints of the vehicle they are too, but like for the most part, like it's just like shards of metal, you know, like it doesn't look like
it's confusing
anything, yeah, you know, and like everybody looks like shards of metal, and it's just like, well, there's the yellow shards of metal, and there's the you know,
shards of metal, the black shards of metal, the red shards of metal.
Right, like it's not identifiable, like you know,
I agree.
so.
Well, that was the problem with the first one. Like when Bumblebee and Barricade were fighting, you couldn't tell which one was who fighting. It was all just a bundle up, jumble up of stuff.
Well,
and
especially like at the end with like when Ironhide, because Ironhide's like a black one, and the Blackout was black. There was like like all those.
Mm-hmm.
They were like similar tones, like just fucking rolling around in the street. It was just like I have no fucking idea.
Something's happening.
yeah, exactly.
I see a bunch of metal. Well, I mean, it could. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They could have been saving money trying to. I don't know. Cut corners.
Yeah, like I think
Hasbro.
you had like robots inspired by a lot of those Milne, like the old IDW Milne stuff, like even before More Than Meets the Eye, like that stuff would work perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, I think a lot of that Milne stuff, like, it's very much a modernized G1, you know?
Yep.
And it's
Agreed.
definitely how the movie should have been.
Where'd you go?
I mean, once again, like
in
we
here,
were
Matt.
talking about,
Thank you, though.
like those iconic character elements that make the character, and they just fucking ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the movie Megatron should have had a gun barrel on his back. It should have had the bucket head. Like that should have been a no-brainer.
And a fusion cannon. Fusion cannon too.
Yeah.
Optimus should not have been a cab behind engine truck. Just should not have been.
Agreed. I ever tell you about the it's like an argument my wife and I have all the time.
You don't argue. No.
Well, like friendly argument. Actually, we had some
okay.
pretty intense arguments. Not real arguments, but like we had a debate. It was a very sensitive debate, and she
make you cry.
She was emotionally compromised. We really couldn't even have the discussion because I was like, I feel like
that wasn't very nice, Bobby.
Well, it wasn't like I was being mean. It was just it was a sensitive topic that we were discussing. And she was not.
I can see you being mean though.
She was not.
You're mean to Adam.
No, she was stopping. Anyway, they what was I saying?
You made your wife cry.
Oh yeah. So like I've always said that it's ridiculous to have Optimus look the way he looks in that movie, and they act like the old school flat face trucks or whatever, like you don't see anymore. She's like, well, you don't see him anymore. And I was like, well, do you see fucking trucks with fucking flames spray painted on them very often? She was like,
yes, down here in the south, yes.
She She's like, yeah. So like we play this game where we try to find them, and I'll always point out. I'll be like, flat truck, but we've yet to see a truck with flames on it. Yet to.
I'll help her. Hold on.
We've seen
I'll go outside.
I saw one. It was at TFCon.
Right.
Turned out it was Optimus Prime.
Right.
I'm on her side, so whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, it is fine. Oh, it is fine.
Like I'll even take pictures of those old school looking trucks like out on the road and send her. I'll be like, just saw another one. Yet to see one with flame.
I mean,
That's
how many folded in half robots flying around like a spaceship have you seen? How many handguns have you seen?
Greg, good point. There's something to that.
Yeah, but they couldn't make him a gun. I mean, come on now.
They can make him a gun.
No,
why
they
couldn't
couldn't.
they make him like some huge fucking weapon?
Because then you would get people pissed off about that.
They couldn't make him a gun, but Optimus Prime could shoot Kelsey Grammer. He could shoot Fraser point blank with a shotgun.
Because he was a dick.
Yeah, I'd even been okay if they turned him into a tank.
That was cool.
Kind of did.
He kind of was a tank in the first. Yeah, the second one he was kind of a tank.
No, I'm saying in the first one. I mean, they just turn him into whatever the fuck they want after the first one. They're just like, okay, and how about a fucking tank? How about a tanker, guys? How about that?
Oh, what about My Little Pony? Hmm?
But I don't know. That's what I would do.
I can understand. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's Michael Bay. What the fuck? But it wasn't Michael Bay, really. I mean, he didn't design the things. I don't think it was whoever.
I think he did.
Well, he's a dick.
I need to place my hatred.
Let's Google this. Hold on.
I think Michael Bay did the best he could with what he had, and he did. I mean, it was. I mean, as people hate the franchise, it still is a successful franchise, and so. I mean,
But is it the character designs that make it successful? I would argue that it is not.
Well, what makes it successful then?
Explosions and women.
Really?
It says right here. It says right here.
Michael Bay
has presented in various documentary segments, takes an extremely active, hands-on approach to the filming of his movies, carefully orchestrating complex effect sequences, and sometimes getting behind the camera lens himself. He's apparently a little more passive in regards to things like scripting and character development. So there you go.
But he was tight with the military, though.
Yeah, I mean, that is like one of his claims to fame. Like, he always portrays the military in a positive light. So
Still think he would have been better as a G.I. Joe producer.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah. I don't even know if I want to see that, to be honest. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I don't know. Well, I get it. But I think it's not. I think it's all successful because kids love Transformers. I mean, they're just big robots, and stuff. I think part of that.
I had I don't know if I.
Same reason why we liked them.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah.
I can't. I have nothing to back that up. Like I don't have any, valid.
No, yeah. Nobody has any back it up. Yeah.
I just don't know if I agree with that. Greg, did you say that you wanted? I know we answered it last week, but did you say that you wanted to make an edit or a small change to what you were talking about? Your favorite sandwich was?
Yeah, I think last week I said pastrami and Swiss on rye with like a deli mustard, but I think a club.
Yeah,
I think hands down.
Club is mine as well.
I think a good club with bacon. It has to have bacon, and it has to have.
Fuck yeah, it does.
At least turkey and ham. I prefer it to also have roast beef.
Well, actually, I would prefer to eliminate the ham.
I could go either way on the ham.
Dude, I ate crazy hibachi last night, and I had a lot of bacon on that motherfucker. You go and you get a bowl, and you fill it up with vegetables and meats and everything, and they cook it on a thing right there, and it's so fucking good. You put some teriyaki on that motherfucker. I had bacon and some chicken and some pork and some beef and some corn and some other good shit, man. I just mixed that shit. I made a big ass bowl. Man, dude, if you ever come to Arkansas, I will take you to Crazy Hibachi. Hey, Pinkerton knows what I'm talking about. And I will take it and you fill up your little bowl and they cook it for you. And it's so good, man.
Hey,
Bobby, you're invited too, and Justin, you're invited too. Everybody's invited.
I wanted to say real quick, Robert couldn't be with us tonight, but I do have some exciting news from Robert.
He's pregnant.
He has decided to go ahead and launch Crushbox dioramas. It's official. The logo. He has a very unique, very individual, I don't know. It's a very new look of a logo, and I will post that logo as our backdrop for Friday on our Facebook. So be sure to follow our Facebook if you don't already, and look for Robert's Crushbox logo.
That is awesome.
Hey, Matt, check the G3. That's what I was laughing at. That's what I was thinking when you were talking, but I couldn't say it out loud.
And I think that
yeah.
I think that does it for us.
Yeah, and thank you for since I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers and stuff. We've been getting a lot of subs lately. We're up to over 7. We're almost to 750, I think, and that's fucking awesome. We appreciate from everybody. We appreciate that, and then people that listen on Apple too. Thank you very much, also. You know that stuff and everything.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't have to say anything because we're lazy now. We don't have to.
And that music's just gonna come in when you least expect it. You don't know when it's gonna come in.
I do not know why Matt keeps going to Ghostbusters.
Yeah, why do you do that?
No, I'm doing the toy detox.
That doesn't sound like
That doesn't sound like-
sounds like Ghostbusters.
Well, maybe we should be a Ghostbusters podcast.
I'm all
Fuck
for it.
yeah, man. I'll join it. I don't care.
Justin would definitely be down to help you with the Ghostbusters podcast. I have this feeling.
Okay. Well, I want everybody. I like all y'all.
I don't know if I have enough to say about Ghostbusters.
I don't either. Whatever. Good night, folks.
Shardouts to third-party TF crashers at Fear Corps, IamRatchet.com, at Real Robot, and Open Your Toys podcast. The Cool Table Network, ROC Enter the Realm, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Beer and Bolters, Nerd Rage Radio, and 8 Weeks.
Don't forget Stasis Lock, Lenny.
You can find us at YouTube, iTunes, give us a 5-star review, it'll really help us out, Instagram, Facebook, and email us at shatteredcastonline@gmail.com. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, feel free to turn it off now.
Shut the fuck up, Chip.